Gacha games is skill-based game. It's a phrase that's gonna piss a lot of people off. After all, you would assume that everything you need is two different teams to tackle the endgame. Well, that is where you're dead fucking wrong. It is not just about the combat or the gacha pulls, it is the entire system working against you. Gacha games are designed to be difficult, but not everyone has the brain capacity to realize that. Most players don't even realize they are fighting a different kind of battles every time they log in. When we talk about game difficulty, we usually think of things like hard bosses, complex mechanics, or fast reflexes. In traditional games, difficulty is about skill, learning patterns, reacting quickly, or mastering the mechanics. You beat the boss, you feel accomplished, and you move on. But gacha games are different. You might think their difficulty is combat skill, but in reality, it is more about long-term planning. It is about playing the long game and making choices that might not pay off for months. The real difficulty in gacha games isn't just combat, it's about resource management, time investment, and long-term planning. You don't lose because of skill issue. You lose because you have a brain issue and can't plan for 30 days ahead. Let's break it down. Every decision in a gacha game feels like a high-stake gamble. Should you spend your currency on the current banner or save for a future unit? Should you upgrade this weapon now or save materials for later? Unlike traditional games where you can grind infinitely, gacha games force you to manage limited stamina, in-game currency, and materials. And if you make the wrong choice, you might be locked out of content or miss a meta-defining character. It is like playing chess, but your opponent is time itself. Gacha games aren't designed for instant gratification. They drip feed rewards through dailies and weekly tasks, forcing you to log in constantly to make progress. Even if you want to grind, the game says, nope, come back tomorrow. This artificial difficulty tests patience rather than skill, making players feel like they're constantly fighting against a time war. You don't beat the game in one section, you endured it over months. Even if you're skilled, sometimes the game just doesn't give you what you need. A bad RNG can set you back for weeks or months. And let's not forget power creep, where new characters and gear slowly make your old investment obsolete, forcing you to start over. Imagine spending weeks building a character only for the next update to introduce someone twice as powerful. It is like running a race where the finish line keeps moving farther away. Gacha games thrive on limited time events. You either complete them or miss out on exclusive rewards forever. The constant pressure of having to play now and regret later keeps players hooked. You think you're in control, but in reality, the game dictates your schedule. Playing a gacha game isn't just about pulling for characters. It's about dailies, weeklies, limited time events, grinding for materials, managing energies, and making sure you don't fall behind. The cycle never ends, and that leads to burnout. Unlike a single player game where you can take a break and come back later, gacha games punish you for stepping away. The longer you're gone, the more you miss out. And that fear of falling behind keeps people logged in even when they're not enjoying it anymore. Another overlooked challenge is the social aspect. When your friends or online communities are all rolling for a character or clearing content, it creates a sense of pressure. You don't want to be the only one left behind. Some players feel forced to pull just to stay relevant, even if the character doesn't fit their playstyle, and when power creep hits, players who don't keep up are left struggling in harder content. Gacha players don't just rely on skill, they rely on strategy. But strategies in gacha games isn't as simple as memorizing attack patterns or perfecting execution. It's about making smart, long-term decisions while resisting the psychological threats the game throws at you. Players who know what they're doing don't roll on every banner. They look at future updates, analyze which characters fit their playstyles, and save accordingly. Some even create spreadsheets to calculate how much in-game currency they will have by a specific date, ensuring they don't waste resources on impulse pull. Power creep is inevitable, but smart players learn how to adapt. Instead of always chasing the shiny new toy, they experiment with creative team composition, maximizing the potential of the existing characters. Some players even turn weak characters into powerhouse by optimizing builds and strategies that others overlook. Successful players understand how to make the most of their time. They know how to efficiently farm materials and how to get the best event rewards with minimal effort. They prioritize activities that give the highest return on investment, making sure they never waste stamina or resources. Not being able to beat one endgame cycle doesn't mean it is the end of the world. But when you pull the new shiny toy just to beat that one endgame cycle to get that premium currency that doesn't even add up to one pull, then you're fucked. Players who plan ahead for the futures never weigh their pulls on the current state of their account. They weigh the investment versus the reward and decide whether something is truly necessary for their long-term progress or just a short-term trap designed to drain resources. The most important adaptation is knowing when to stop. Gacha games are designed to be endless, but smart players set boundaries. They take breaks when needed, avoid chasing every limited time offers, and focus on enjoyment rather than obligation. Some players even impose spending rules to prevent themselves from getting caught up in impulse purchases. At the highest level, gacha players aren't just gamers, they are financial planners, strategists, and master tacticians. Okay, that's a little bit of a glazing, but they know how to outplay the system, even when the system is designed to beat them. Gacha games are difficult, but not in the way action or strategy games are. They test patient decision making and long-term planning more than mechanical skill. And that is exactly why they keep players hooked. You are not just playing a game, you are managing an investment, and the cost isn't just in-game currency, but your time, your energy, and sometimes even your sanity. So the next time you feel frustrated about a gacha game, ask yourself, is it really hard or is it just designed to make you feel like you're always one step behind? Let me know in the comments what you think. Have you mastered the gacha games grinds, or do you feel like you're always playing the catch up? If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Love, peace, and happiness. I'll see you in the next time.